Hi everyone watching, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa. I'm so happy you're here today. We have 3 piles to pick from, and the first half of the reading, or the first couple cards that I pulled, are for what they think about you, and then the other tarot cards are kind of what they actually verbalize and tell people about you, and then just like an overall how they're feeling about you and the situation, whatever situation it is. We have 3 piles to pick from. Pile 1, Moonstone. Pile 2, Black Tourmaline. And Pile 3, Clear Quartz. I do want to remind you that this is a generalized reading, so, take it with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's not a big deal, but let's go ahead and get started. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. I do want to start off by letting you know that I love it when you guys leave me video suggestions in the comment box, because usually I just do kind of like what I would want to, what I'm kind of curious about, or what's going on in my life. It would also be great to like kind of hear your perspective and what you're kind of thinking about, or what you would like tarot to help you gain some clarity with. But we're going to get into the reading with what are they saying about you, and what they think about you, and what they're saying about you. So for what they think about you, we have this pile. This is the deck of the Star Spinner Tarot. And then we have the, I can't remember, deck over there. So this person thinks you're quite lucky in some way. They think that like you have a way of getting what you want or what you need, like that you're always going forward and always moving forward, and that opportunities can sometimes come to you, especially when it comes to the material world. I think they see this, doesn't mean that it's true, but they kind of see you as like, you have nice things, or maybe you have a nice car, or you have a nice home, or something of the sort. They see that, and they just see that you're like financially doing okay, or at least that's what they think. They sometimes think that you can be a little lucky. And then with the 5 of Wands, there's like, this person kind of like wants to protect you in a way. I think that sometimes they think that your life can be kind of chaotic, and maybe that you get yourself into situations, or that maybe you go through things that I think they see, or they feel that you have been through some hard times, that you have been hurt before, or that you maybe don't take care of yourself in some way, and they kind of want to do that for you. They kind of want to protect you and hold you close, and they think that they could kind of be a savior to you, or they wish they could be that for you. They kind of have like a little bit of a savior complex. They want to be there for you. They want to be a shoulder to cry on. They want to help you heal. So that's kind of what they think. That's kind of what they're thinking right now. That's their energy. But what they tell people, okay, for some of you guys, this might resonate with. For most of you guys, it probably won't. But they kind of think that maybe you've gone through addiction, or maybe you haven't. You know this. And they kind of tell people about this, like they're like, they're a strong survivor. They've been through addiction, or they've been through a really rough relationship or a really rough situation, and they came out on top. So for some of you guys, that's what it is. But for the rest of you guys, if you guys can't be together for whatever reason, or whatever the situation is, they see you as like very tempting, and they tell people like, they don't know how they could stay away from you, like. And maybe not people, but they tell someone that they really trust, that they kind of feel like they're addicted to you, like they're tied to you, like they can't cut the cord, like they have a hard time figuring out your guys' situation. And so maybe you guys could, in some cases, some of you guys could have a toxic relationship with this person, and they ask their peers or their close people like about you guys, and everybody's just kind of like, well, what are you doing? And they're just like, but I don't know, I can't I can't let this person go for some reason. You guys could be shackled together in some way. So they see you also as very, very, very tempting. Because right here we kind of have, in this card, with the Devil card, and in this deck, we're kind of seeing like this woman is representing Eve holding, I think she's holding a pentacle, but it, you know, kind of represents the apple that Adam took from, and then the devil over here playing playing their music, kind of enticing you to come towards them. Yeah, for some of you guys this could be toxic. For other of you guys it's just like not the time or place for your connection, but this person really wants it, or this person can't let it go. But like I said, I feel like you went through something quite huge or quite traumatic, or you know, sad, something very deep in your life, or your life has been kind of hard, and your person, whether you told them or not, sees that and feels that. I think your person can be kind of empathetic, so they just feel that, but they see that like regardless of all that, you're still a strong person, and they tell people that. They tell this people like, man, this person, you, they are so strong. Like they have been through hell. They've been in a shitty ass relationship, or they've gone through this or that, or their parents were awful, whatever the case is, and they just came out on top, and they're still so powerful and magnetic and special, and I really want them in my life, whether or not we can be in the type of connection that we both kind of want, because maybe there's something stopping you guys from fully coming together in some way. And then they tell people that you're quite beautiful. Like maybe if before they meet you, or whatever the case is, they do mention your beauty or your handsomeness, depending on your gender or whatever. They do like to tell people how much they view you as a beautiful person. And then we have happiness. This person wants to be your happiness. This person, I think you also give this person happiness. There's a lot of happiness when it comes to them thinking about you. But like I said, they kind of sometimes want to take on your problems and your like I feel like there's still a lot of healing left for you to do. And they realize that, and they tell people this they tell people. They're like, I wish I could just help them heal. Like I wish I could take away all their hurt and all their pain. Like I wish they could just slow down and heal themselves, because I love them so much. But I think this is kind of to both of you guys to remember boundaries, and to let things go. And like unfortunately, you know, when we do have a partner or someone there, we want their support, and we want to be their support as well, but it's not always like our burden to carry. You know, it's not our wounds to heal. You know, we can be there for someone, but we can't quite actually carry their load as much as they want to carry yours. So I think that's kind of what they sometimes get reciprocated from people once they speak about you. They're like, you know, this might not be that healthy. It's not your problem to carry. Like you can be there for a person without quite literally absorbing their problems. This person's like really empathetic, and I think that whenever they see you down, they're just like, they want to absorb that and like take it with them, so you're not feeling it anymore. So it's quite like lovely and beautiful that this person wants to do that for you, but you also have to heal and grow as a person. And unfortunately, you know, trauma and hurt is how we sometimes grow. But pile number one, that's all I really have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Well, if it isn't pile number two, if you picked the black tourmaline, this reading is for you. So happy you're here. And like I told pile number one, it would be super awesome if you guys could leave me some video suggestions down in the comments, because this one came from my brain, but I would love to hear some of your guys' ideas in regards to all this stuff. So I would love it if you guys would leave it in the comments to give me some video ideas, so it's not all coming from my brain, so I could kind of, if you guys have any questions for tarot, any clarification that you guys might need about any situation, let me know in the comments and I will try to do a video on your suggestion. But let's just get into it. So what does your person say? Let's just hear what they say. I mean, what they think internally about you, and then what they say to others. Then we have some oracle cards. So originally I only picked 2 cards for what they think about you, but 3 wanted to come out, which is really interesting because the first thing I'm going to point out is that the Fool came out twice. So, but we're going to start with the 5 of Swords. I think that in a lot of your guys', in some of your for some of you guys, I think they kind of feel like they kind of dropped the ball when it came to you. Maybe they messed up in some way. There was a little bit of conflict. There was some tension that has been had, and I think that from time to time it comes up in their mind and they wonder if you're really over it yet, because they kind of wonder if they know you completely yet. I think that there's a part of yourself that you might hold back from them for whatever reason. Maybe because of past hurts, maybe because they make you feel like you can't trust them fully, maybe not. Maybe it's just your personality that you're kind of a little more introverted or a little bit harder to get to know, which is totally fine. I'm not judging. But I do see that they feel like you guys have mended and you guys have resolved. I think that issue that came up was like talked about out in the open. There was like a little bit of like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, or please forgive me. Whatever the case is, there was a like apology, and there was a okay, I forgive you. So there has been tension in the past, and it has kind of passed, but they do from time to time kind of think in their head like, are we good though? They just want to always make sure that you guys are good. They also, there's a little bit of admiring going on. They admire you for different reasons. One of them is you are creative in some way that they like. They are this person. They kind of like look at what you make and they just like admire it, and they're just like, whoa, like this person is so talented. This person is so creative. This person is such an artist. For some of you guys, it could quite literally be you guys do art, like maybe you draw, paint, do some sort of physical art that way. For some of you guys could be musicians. Whatever the case is, you have a talent that is visible that they admire, and in their head they think that you're a great artist, and they also think and see that you probably work pretty hard for the things that you have, and they see that you're like a hustler, like you make your money, you do what you gotta do, you get shit done. And also though, that you kind of like, you're not afraid to try new things, and you kind of share that with them. Like maybe you tried something new and you're like, hey, look at what I did. Or maybe they, maybe you ask them for pointers on stuff that they know about, and they just think that's kind of cool about you, that you learn and you have a thirst for knowledge, and if you want to get something or if you want to try something new, you just do it, which kind of leads us into the Fool, which talks about being free-spirited. So I do get the sense that this person sees you as like a free spirit, as like there's something a little wild about you. For some of you guys, it could be your hair. They could really like your hair. For others, maybe it's just the way you dress, or maybe it's just your attitude, that you're just kind of like free spirited and you do the things you want to do, and you try not to let things hold you back. At least that's how they see you. They also see you a little bit as like pure, and this doesn't mean like untouched by pleasures of the flesh, but what this means is like, maybe even if you have gone through hard situations in your life, you don't lose like that sparkle, you don't lose like that gleam, you don't lose the part of you that sees the good in the world. Um, and that you go with, you know, they see you as kind of carefree. I don't know if that's true for you, but that's the way they see it. That you trust your gut, you listen to your heart, and you believe in yourself. Now, what they say about you. They also say that exact thing about you to others. They think that there's something physical that they admire about you, and it's going to be different for everyone. But they tell people, and probably only their closest friends um, or family, that they'll tell this person, like, oh my god, you gotta look at their hair. Their hair is like beautiful. Or oh my god, you gotta look at their legs. Like they got banging legs. Or oh my god, you got low key. They're just fire. Um, yeah, they tell this person that they kind of admire the way you look. And also, though, they tell them, like, you're just cool. You're, like, free spirited. You're a little wild. You're not afraid to be yourself. And you're, like, fun to be around. And then with the moon, I think you're quite mystical in some way. Maybe you read tarot, or maybe it's tied into your art, but you're kind of intuitive. Maybe you share your dreams with them, and you might be like, hey, I dreamt about you, or hey, you know, I dreamt about you and then I saw you a couple days after. There's something really intuitive about you. For some of you guys can kind of communicate a little bit without speaking. I think that maybe you guys just use like a simple hand gesture, or maybe just some eye contact, and you just hear what they're trying to tell you. It's like really magical for some of you guys. I'm not sure if they tell this to people, because that's quite deep. Maybe they tell this to themselves. That's such a weird statement to say. But I get the sense that this person, while they have people close to them, I don't know if they they might hold back sometimes, but they're kind of honest with themselves, and they kind of like marvel at your guys' connection, even if it's not romantic. I'm getting really weird vibes with the moon card over there. For some of you guys, your person can be a Gemini, and that's what I mean when they talk to themselves. Because they're quite literally two people sometimes. And if you are a Gemini, or if you know Geminis, you know what I mean by that. I think that sometimes, like, you help them see their shadow self, and you don't always have to call them out on their bullshit for them to see that they're being weird or shady. Yeah, I think that they like tell people, like, listen, I don't know what it is about this person, but they've helped me grow a lot, and I don't think they even realize it. Like, just being in their presence sometimes. Their silence sometimes, I think that sometimes you just let them reflect, and you just communicate on a wavelength that helps them kind of meet their shadow self. So you have like a very healing, very magical, mystical energy about you that goes hand in hand with the Fool, with the carefree energy, and like it just like really helps this person. And I think that's why they just keep coming back to you, and why you guys are still in some type of connection. But yeah, they think you're kind of psychic. They think you're pretty intuitive, and they probably tell people this. They're probably like, listen, this person that you're gonna meet, this person that I know, you know, however they describe you in that way, if you're friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, this person like just knows things. This person is psychic. This person is intuitive as fuck. This person's gonna read you. Like, you can't fake the funk around this person, because they will know you. Then they tell people you're pretty deep. Sometimes I think they don't know what to do with your deepness. But they must like it, because why are they still around? I don't know. And then we have the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, it talks about I think this pertains to like your personality and how there's like, okay, this pile's like all over the place a little bit. But so I guess they talked to someone a lot about you, or they recently, because that's the energy that I'm getting. You were a topic of conversation with someone recently, or it went quite into deep, like maybe they told them the whole story of you guys, whatever that story is. But they mentioned, you know, how attractive they think you are, how like unique looking you also are. Like I think that maybe wherever you guys are, there's not many people that look like you, and they admire that about you. And then they also think you're quite feminine, like you embrace your femininity, but I think you also do it in such a badass way that like you might scare them a little bit. I think that the way you present to the world could be like you're very confident, and it kind of like scares them a little bit. Like they're kind of like, this person's too confident for me. Like this person's gonna make people like, this person's gonna have admirers that I don't want to deal with. This person's gonna be hit on a lot, and I'm gonna feel insecure. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this person in terms of your looks. Like this is not to say your person isn't attractive, but I think your person has that in the back of their mind that like they're physically not up to par, which is like silly, because if you like them then that doesn't matter, but that's how they feel. But sorry, with the Page of Swords, they just find you quite lively. Like your personality is like, when they hear you laugh, it's kind of like a melody to their ears. They think you just go for it. Like you have like this young and free energy, even if you're not that young, even if you don't feel like you're that young, whatever age you are. We all sometimes don't feel like we're young. Even when we're 16, we feel like we're so grown up, or when we're 30, you know, we feel like we're old as hell. But regardless of your age, you have like this youthful energy that they love, that they tell people about. They're like, you know, this person just does things. Like this person just goes for it. Like if they have an idea, they just do it. If they want to go somewhere, they just go. And again, with like, they don't really hold back what they think. They tell people, because it's just kind of reflected in different ways, because they feel like you have high energy sometimes, and you're curious, and you're also wise, and all your life experiences, you know, get you to where you're going. Like they think you're just a do it person. When you have a whim, you just kind of do it, and they think that's really cool. But they also see you as like quite free, again with the Fool, and we have the butterflies here, and we have a bunch of birds here. We have some wings here, some more wings. So they see you as quite ethereal, and they like see that you're free loving. You love to fly and explore places and be who you are. And when they're around you, they also feel pretty free. And then they have, your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability. So like again, it's all just repeated. They see you as a really creative person. They see you as a good manifester. I think that they admire that about you, and sometimes they're like, how can I manifest things? But I think this person's quite good at manifesting. They just gotta believe it. Pile number 2, your pile is really long, because like your person had a lot to say. It was so hard to get out what they tell people, because I think they tell people a lot. Like I think that they low-key talk about you a lot, because you're pretty special to them, and you're also like pretty unique. Like you're someone who like, they've never met someone like you. So when, you know, however they manage to fit you into a conversation, they will, and they'll just go off and on and on and on. And so when I was trying to pull the, and that's pretty cool. It got cut off, so I hope that it got the rest of it, but if not, you get the gist. This person cares. That's all I'm gonna leave. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. It's nice to have you here. I'm so happy you're here. Like I told the other two piles, if you guys wouldn't mind, it'd be super great if you guys have any video ideas, video suggestions, leave them in the comment box, because this one was my idea because this is what I'm wondering. But it'd be cool if I could help some of you guys. I'm sorry if that got cut off, but my point was that leave your suggestions in the comment box. Let's just get started. So this is gonna be the pile for what they're thinking about you, and then we have like what they're telling people, what they say about you. So I think that there could be an age difference, but if there's not, it's not a big deal. And you being younger, maybe. But if it's not, that doesn't matter. But they kind of see you as like starting out, as like fresh out of college, like that kind of area, where you're kind of looking out at all your prospects of like what you can do now, like should you travel, should you get married, should you settle down and with a really good job, like should you move, like just like an endless sea of possibilities for you in your life. Like your wings have just sprouted after you got out of your cocoon, and you're waiting for them to dry so you can fly off and explore the world. Because previously you were tied down to this little garden. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, but maybe for some of you guys just got out of a long-term relationship, and you meet this person, and this person like likes you and thinks about you, but they're kind of hesitant because they're like, well, they just got out of a really long-term relationship, like maybe they need to figure themselves out. That type of situation for some of you guys. But they see you as starting out and trying to explore, or wanting to explore, and looking at your prospects and kind of seeing like where you want to go next. And maybe you're planning on moving, or they think that you'll move soon, but they're seeing you as finally getting out of your comfort zone, and that kind of makes them hesitate because they don't know if where you're going you want to take them. They don't want to tie you down, that kind of energy. But they see you as like super powerful and super like an amazing what's the word I want to manifester. Like they just think that you can have the world, and you would create the world that you wanted to have. And they just see you as having like true potential, where like you have everything you need to do whatever you want to do and go wherever you want to go and be whoever you want to be. And they see you kind of like pouring your energy into this new prospect, this new life decision, this new life path. And they also see that like the universe really cares for you, and the universe really watches out for you. And maybe they don't think in their mind like the universe, but maybe they think God, or maybe they think something or someone has your back at all times. And so they just think you're quite powerful in that way, because you're really, really awesome manifester, and you make shit happen for yourself. So they admire you so much for who you are and what you do, and for your dreams that you want to make happen, for your big ambitions. And I think that they would love to see themselves right next to you, but they also don't want to hold you back, and they also don't know if they could be that person, like being that partner right next to you. They're not sure if they can do it. So that kind of like messes with their minds. Sorry, my cat's being weird. And then, so what they tell people, they do tell people that you guys could be, like figure a lot of things out together. You guys could work really well. But I think they're also hesitant, and I think that's the feedback that they get back from people, is that like, no, listen, like don't make this a competition, like you guys can work together. I think they tell their closest friends that they're kind of scared that your ambitions are so big that they don't know if they could keep up with you. So how they feel internally, they do express that to some people, And sometimes they do tell them, like, I think me and this person could be really great. Like, we could make a great team. We could probably have a great family. Like, we could be really special together. I just get scared that their ambitions are so big that I can't hang. Like, I can't compete. Like, I can't, because they don't want to be just like dragged along with you. They want to be right next to you, doing everything together. Like, they're the type of person that if you guys become parents, they would be a really good co-parent or a really good partner. Like, they would help you completely, not just like let you do all the long nights, all the diaper changing or whatever. And then they tell people though that, like, that they think that you want a lot, like that you are, again, it's like has the theme of ambition, that they think that you want a lot and that you have a lot of wishes, and they just want you to slow down sometimes and like get your coin but appreciate the small stuff. And I think that sometimes you can talk to them about how stressed you get, and they wish that you would like chill out. Chill out and realize that, like, no matter what, it's all gonna be okay. Like, you don't need to be stressing out so much. Like, you are making your dreams a reality as you go. But I think that they think that sometimes you can get a little tempted by things and get kind of taken off track just a little bit. And so that's why they're so scared to like fully take the lead, fully commit, whatever that means in your situation, is because they're also scared that they will become a distraction for you and then veer you off your goals and not help you be who you are meant to be and who you want to be. Also, I think they like your hair a lot and they tell people that you have really cool hair. And while they admire your beauty, that's not all that they're focused on when it comes to you. And especially what they tell people, they're not like, oh my god, this person's such a hot piece of ass. Like, that is not the first thing that comes out of their mouth. The first thing is like, this person is so special, they're so ambitious, they're so goal driven, they're reaching their goals, they get shit done. They admire your drive very much so, and they tell people. And then we have the King of Pentacles. I think that they think that you are so focused. They also think you have your shit together in ways that they wish. They think you are abundant. They think that you rule your fucking life. Like, you are a boss bitch. You are a boss bro. I don't know what the opposite of that is for dudes. But they think you're awesome because we're looking at the King of Pentacles. That's the abundance, attainment. That's kind of like getting everything you ever wish for and just sitting down and having it. So they tell people like, man, I know this person or this person in my life, they're gonna achieve everything that they want, and they have achieved everything that they've tried achieving, and they just think that you're so on top of it and so abundant. But they do get a little bit scared that sometimes your heads are in the clouds. Like, not that your dreams aren't attainable, but that like you're trying to do so many goals and so many dreams at once that it kind of like makes them a little fearful for you that you might get burnt out or you might stop. So there's nothing too juicy about what they're telling people, except that they dream about spending their life with you, but they're so scared that they're gonna fuck your life up. Just because I think it's just their insecurity being too concerned about that. Sorry, the music got too loud, so I needed to change it. But then we have power. So they see you as quite powerful. I think that sometimes they could tell people that you're so Sometimes they wish they knew how to handle you a little bit better, because I think that you are so passionate in life in general that maybe when you guys have discussions, you guys can you can be kind of expressive in that way, and it kind of sometimes throws them back a bit, and they're kind of like, whoa, like, you're coming at them with all this like pow, and they're just kind of like, ah. But they also find you quite powerful. And this is kind of how they feel, and I think this is also for you. It says, wait, it is not yet time, things are being woven. So the universe is working behind the scenes on you, on them. Everything just needs to have their time and their moment and their place. And it's not quite ready for you guys to be the exact unit that both of you guys kind of dream for. And this person is kind of right. Maybe they also have their own goals and dream drive. And they also feel like you might be you are a wish to them. They do wish for you, and they do tell people like, man, I wish I could be already established and I already have everything that I want, so I could just offer them this. They want to offer you everything because you are their wish. They're who they want to end up with you, but they feel like maybe you guys are too young, or maybe you guys are just, you're not where you guys need to be in order to be together and have the family, have the life that you guys want to have. So they just want to wait. You decide if that's an option for you, but they do quite like you. And this person can be a little bit they can withhold a little bit, so they don't tell the people around them or the people they're closest to like too much. They kind of hold things in a little bit more, but they do really care about you. They just want to wait and get you, have both of you guys be situated and figure your lives out. Pile number 3, that's all I really have for you. If that resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.